Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright guys, today we're going to be doing our next video in our series about rebel leaders. So for today what we're going to talk about is how to kill specifically the green blood warriors, which are going to have spears as their main focus. So let's take a look. So what I did was I just already did all the attacks and I saved them for us so that we could just talk about them. That way it'd be a little bit easier. Don't have to waste time with me actually going and attacking them. So first we're going to look at the different formations for a level 4. So I did a couple different tests and here's what we've got. So when doing Arya in the front and then Julian in the back and then our normal set of Enzo, Theon, and Sheila, and then I have Egbert as my main healer and shielder. What I was able to get to was 64%. Now, let's be clear, I am not using a 25% buff on this. I'm just using my raw, what I have, which, as a reminder to everyone, is my expedition gear, which I'll show here. So mostly purple with some blues, my castle and castle animation, these two. And then also I should note that I do have the honor token unlocked, and that does give a bonus, I think 20%, somewhere it says that. Yep, expedition damage, 20%. So those are all the buffs I have. I did not use 25% speed, or 25% buff, it's just that. So pretty unhappy with that. 64% was not very good, not thrilled with that, but gonna keep trying. So next up, we tried this one. In this one, we returned to using Barrett instead of Julian, and we switched to Jean as our healer. Everything else was the same. Got a little bit more percentage, but not a ton. Notice this is a new hit, so it's not that it's getting any sequential hits. Skip this one. In our third one, we did a little bit more damage. In this one, we switched from Jean to Egbert, and this did a good bit of damage, but we took out Sheila and replaced him with Julian. And as you can see, 76% good, not great. The best we got was this formation. This got us to 89%, and again, without using a buff. Very, very solid, though. We've got Arya, Enzo, and then Theon, and then our backline was Barrett, Egbert, and Sheila. The advantage to this one was that with just Egbert, he was able to really effectively shield our Enzo. And basically, Enzo was able to stay alive almost right until the end, but with really low health for a little while with that nice big Egbert shield. So this one worked very, very nicely. You got both Arya and Barrett dealing a lot of damage. I'm sure that if I had my Barrett awoken more, it would do a little bit more damage. But this seems like a pretty solid amount of damage. And I was very happy with this. Grand scheme of things, this is about probably as good as I'm going to be able to get against spears. And spears actually are pretty good for me because when I say spears, I mean a horse that uses this, a rebel leader that uses spears. So I think I would probably classify this as a inf one because this is what we use infantry against. Anyway, sorry, to clarify, really like this formation though. This one did a lot of damage, got 89%. If I get lucky, if Egbert does his magic and Enzo does his magic, I'm able to get 100%. I've gotten 100% before. Didn't get it this time, but it is certainly possible, and especially having that 25% increases those chances. Alright, but now I want to look at the level 5s. So I did 3 different hits with the level 5 to display the kind of the differences that I might try. So first up, I've conceded that clearly Sheila does more damage than Julian. Even though it seems like Julian would be really good, I do think Sheila does more damage overall, and through all the experimentation, clearly she was best. So first thing I tried was taking out Barrett and replacing him with Jean. And the reasoning for this is that I was worried against level 5, I would need some more healing, and I got 19% damage. This was really not good. That has knocked me enough to come close to 3 hitting, probably going to be around a 4 hitting if I'm lucky. So not good. We need to do more damage than that. I'll skip to this one. So this was later on in the hit. Unfortunately, I just don't have the capacity to do a bunch of individual hits for level 5. They're just very expensive. So there is some damage, bonus damage, 24% that I'm getting on this one. But as you can see, even 26% damage, really not good enough. In this one, I have Barrett returned, and I took out Egbert for Jean. But I actually watched this video, and I was surprised to see that Jean really heals him very, very efficiently and very, very well, to the point where Enzo just never got that low for us. So, last but not least, we tried this one, where Egbert was our healer, and we didn't use Jean. And as you can see, we did 32% damage. Really, really good. This is, I mean, obviously I did get a bonus 14%, but this is great. This means that we're definitely going to have enough to kill that in probably 3 shots. And I even did one later, and I'll show, oops, sorry, I did some Rylar trials, but I did this in 3, where I used that same formation. I did 31%, 37%, then killed it with 32%. So very, very pleased. That went very well. As you can see, this second hit just happened to do a little bit more damage. It just shows that variability that you get with Egbert. Also, I should note, I did get Sheila up to level 80 by then, so that was doing a little bit more damage as well. But this seems like a very reliable way to 3-shot level 5s. With that in mind, with the formation I have, I'm probably going to be doing just level 5s. Being able to 3-shot them is definitely better than 2-shotting a level 4 in terms of being best for my alliance. Probably less motivation efficient in terms of, depending on your qualifications. For the most part, we do, for every 2 level 4s, you have to do 1 level 5. In terms of motivation, better to do the level 4s, but really what's better for the alliance is for me to do the level 5s. Being able to 3-shot them is pretty good. So that is what I'm going to continue to do. But I hope this was helpful just so people can see the formation that I'm discussing here. One last time, this is what it looks like. Oh God, they're going to make me use this, fine. So what it looks like is this: Enzo in the front, Arya and Theon accompanying him. Egbert in the back is our healer, needs to be in the middle so that circle can cover everyone. And then we've got Barrett and Sheila dealing that extra damage on the sides. So this is the main formation I used. It's the one that did the best. It's one I recommend to all of you. Now, let's take a moment. If I did not have Enzo, what would I be doing here? Well, Lario is what most people would typically use as their front line here, because Lario deals a lot of damage, and because he has this Power of Faith ability, you can see, it's the Fearless Valor one, the middle one. When Lario's health falls below 40%, he gains the following effect: each attack takes away 3 and 1 of enemy's attack for 90 seconds. So my understanding of this is that as Lario gets weaker, he actually takes away their attack, and I think he adds it to himself. I know that there is something about when Lario gets weaker, he does more damage. So my understanding is that he is a good frontline. He's the person you want to be kind of the equivalent of an Enzo, and it is a free-to-play commander, so that is typically what I would recommend doing. If you don't have Lario to gold, or if you're just, whatever, you don't have Lario, I'd probably substitute in a Haley or a Chris to frontline. Seg, if you have him, obviously, they're great. But any of those that you have awoken for sure, then definitely Arya and Barrett, probably another healer. In the case that you don't have, if you're just using like Chris or Haley and you don't care about how healed they are, whether they're close to weak, probably use Jean, just because she does also gives the bonus attack, which is great. Definitely very good. 3-9-1-4 attack is great. Sheila for sure I'm keeping in. And then my last spot, if you have, for whatever reason, don't have Enzo, but you have like Sinara unlocked, then great. By the way, I would sub in Sinara for Barrett if she was stronger. Once I get her up to either purple or gold, I'll probably sub her in. But if you don't have Sinara, then I'd probably go with just another one of these, maybe Sabrina, maybe Soren, depends on who you have awoken at what level. But hope this was helpful. So just to quickly show that, I'd probably go with this. And let's take out other paid commanders. And that looks pretty good. I'd probably do this. There you go. This would be my formation. Hope this was helpful, though, guys. Hope you learned a thing or two. And until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.